He pantsed me at lunch, so I blew up the entire school. Okay, that might sound a little crazy, but it was valid. I was just standing there minding my own business, waiting in line to get my lunch, and all of a sudden, bam! My pants are on the ground, and you want to know the worst part? I wasn't wearing any underwear that day. I tried to pull them up as fast as possible, but the damage had already been done. Everyone in that cafeteria saw what my meat looked like. They saw me while I was soft. I was mortified. I looked behind me to see who the perpetrator was, and to my surprise, it was Johnny Bledsoe. He just stood there laughing at me like it was some kind of joke. Of course, he would be the guy to do something like this. All throughout school, it seemed like he only existed to make my life more difficult, but that was going to change. I went on with my day in complete embarrassment. Walking through the halls, I could hear people whispering and giggling behind me. I sat down in one of my classes, unable to focus on any work. All I could think about is the events that occurred in the cafeteria. It kept replaying in my head like a broken record, and the more I thought about it, the more I loathed Johnny, that imbecile. That night, I went home and plotted. I had to do something about this, for me and for my dignity. I went to multiple stores and gathered supplies to make remote-activated C4s. I spent the entire night in my room assembling a total of 16 C4s. I didn't sleep much that night, so instead, I planned more. The next day, my backpack weighed me down as I walked into school. I almost started to second-guess myself, but then kids started to point and laugh again. It all had to go. It had to burn. In each class, I would ask to go to the bathroom. I would grab a couple C4s and plant them in various areas around the school. As my last class neared to an end, I asked to go to the bathroom one last time. I used this opportunity to walk out of the school. Once I was at a good distance, I pulled out the remote and pressed the detonate button. For a couple seconds, nothing happened. But then, boom! The entire school was just a big, fiery explosion. That was when the panic ensued. Standing in the front lawn outside of the school, I couldn't see what was going on inside, but I could hear. Students and teachers screamed in agony. It was complete chaos. The C4s set off even more explosions when they hit the boiler room. It was like a nuke had hit the school. All while this was going on, I was just standing there smiling, admiring my work of art. A few moments later, I saw the first couple people straggle out of the building. They were bloody and charred, some even missing limbs. There was one teacher attempting to crawl out of the school while leaving a trail of blood behind him, for his legs had been blown off. The sight of it made me chuckle a little. However, my fun was short-lived. The next thing I know, Johnny Bledsoe comes running out of the building with people around his shoulders like some kind of superhero. Unfortunately for him, that wasn't going to slide with me. I pulled out my fully automatic M16 rifle from my backpack. The first couple shots were already fatal, but that wasn't enough. I emptied the entire magazine on him. When I was done, he was completely unrecognizable. The only thing left was pieces of flesh and a pool of blood. I stood over his remains, pointed, and laughed. Not so funny anymore, is it, Johnny?